Alright guys, so I am on my way to a cosmetology school. My daughter, she's in cosmetology school over here in the city. So as you saw, I just had a quick bite, and it was a breakfast burrito and a masala chai tea. So right now I'm on my way to cosmetology so my daughter can get some hours. She's going to finger coil my hair. So yeah, I'm excited. She's very talented. Yeah, my youngest daughter, she's an artist, self-taught artist. Her art is amazing. So after graduating from high school, she didn't want to do the traditional route of going to university like her older sister. She decided to do cosmetology school, and she wants to be a colorist. So yeah, so in the city, and yeah, let's go ahead and make our way over. There must be a school nearby because there are a lot of or there's some crossing guards here on the corner. But all right, let's go. Thank you. Good morning. This is the institute. So I think I take the elevator. Burn calories, not electricity. And I should probably, yeah, I need to burn some calories. So let's go ahead and take the stairs. Some mannequins in the. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go off and I'll come back on once I'm in the chair. Trains.
Now boarding at Civic Center, UN Plaza. This is a Green Line train to Yurayura. The doors are closing. Please stand clear of the doors.
Alright, hello, I made it back home. I've been home for hours now, but I had to do some work, so I didn't jump back on. I got home and went straight into work. But my daughter asked for me to, first of all, my hair. I love my hair. My hair looks great. I just feel like this is a hairstyle because of the length and the size of the, well, they look more like twists in the back. Excuse me, and in the front, more like finger curls. Some of them aren't curling. This might be heat damage. I did straighten my hair last month, but let's cover it up like that so you can't really tell. But yeah, no makeup on today, but this is definitely a look where you have to have on earrings and makeup. But yeah, I like it. So yeah, so my daughter asked in return of her doing my hair, she asked for some shrimp boil. So I'm right now making some preparing to make her shrimp boil with shrimp, a piece of corn on the cob, and I picked up some roasted garlic sausage, like a kielbasa sausage. So yeah, I'm preparing to make that, so I'll just kind of show you guys, you know, how I'm preparing that. And I think that's it. Yeah, but yeah. All right, I already have the butter melting in the pan, or in the pot here. Butter is melting, and I'm going to cut up some onion and some garlic, which is over here. I already started dicing some of the, well, this is like from my lunch. That's from earlier today when I got home. But took the onion back out. I'm gonna dice this onion. Here I had to run to the store to get some lemon. Forgot lemon, and here's the sausage that I mentioned. Roasted garlic pecan smoked sausage. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start to dice the onion and the garlic, and then pull all the seasonings that I'll put inside of the butter sauce. All right. All right, so while the onion is cooking down a bit, I have a like it's like an Asian style of bouillon cube. It's pho flavored seasoned powder. This is what the box looks like. I got it from the Asian market, and it comes in a pack of like 4 cubes. It's pretty potent. It's pretty strong. So I won't use this whole cube. I do have like a little piece left over from another meal that I made a while back. So I'm thinking I just may use this amount and maybe a tad bit more from this one. And I already have some hot water in my kettle over here that's ready to pour over the bouillon, and I'm going to use this in place of a chicken bouillon or chicken powder, bouillon powder, as the liquid for the butter sauce. Alright, so I just cut that much off of the whole piece, and I just showed you the whole bouillon block. This is like really potent. It's really flavorful. If you're familiar with pho, the Vietnamese chicken soup, it has the flavors that are used in the broth of the soup. So it has anise, ginger, cinnamon, cilantro, and scallions, salt and sugar. So I thought the cilantro and the anise and the ginger, although I do have ginger here in the little spice blend, a little extra kick of ginger, and also more so I'm using this for the salt content. There is no salt in my spice blend. There is lemon pepper, but I'll get to what's in the spice blend when I get to that. But I'm not adding any additional salt. I'm only using the salt from the bouillon. The butter is salted, and then there's a little bit of salt from the seasoning that I use in the season blend, and I'll let you guys know what I used in that. But okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pour the hot water over the cubes and let that soften, so when I'm ready to add the liquid to the butter sauce, it'll be softened, ready to go. Alright, so now that the onions have been cooking down for I would say about 3 to 4 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and add the garlic and allow the garlic to combine with the onions, and then I'll add the spice blend, the seasonings. Okay, so there's the garlic. There's about, I want to say 6 cloves of garlic. If you want more, add more. If you want less, you can add less. But we love garlic, so there's about 6, I'd say 6 to 7 cloves of garlic. Let's go ahead and just stir this up and allow the garlic to cook for about another 3 or 4 minutes. Alright, so the onions and the garlic are cooked down pretty well now, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the spice blend. So here I have, actually I'm gonna turn I have about 4 bay leaves. I'm putting extra because I love bay leaf, and also they don't smell pretty strong, so I'm thinking I may need a little extra to make sure it's flavored. And then here is my spice blend. In the spice blend, I have a half a teaspoon of California chili powder, half a teaspoon of ground regular New Mexico chili. There is a half a teaspoon of pepper, and there's a half teaspoon of garlic powder, and let's see, 1.5 teaspoons of Old Bay, and 1 teaspoon each of smoked paprika, lemon pepper, onion powder, and oregano. Okay, so that's what's in here. I'll put that in the pot. And also, I'm looking here. Also, as far as the oregano, I don't have any ground oregano, so I'm using whole oregano. And I like to take the oregano and rub it in the palm of my hand to release the flavor. So that's what I'm about to do right now. Just take a teaspoon of oregano, kind of crush it in my hand, and like this, to release the flavors. And run it through my fingers like that. This oregano has little twigs in it. You can see that it's like a little twig. Be sure to pick those out. I prefer Mexican oregano. That oregano, that's the oregano I like to purchase when I do buy oregano, is Mexican oregano. But I didn't see it this time, and I was in a rush, so I just picked up the first thing I saw. But yeah, grind that up. And also, as you do this, it will be more than a teaspoon, just so you know. So you'll start off with a teaspoon, but as you run your fingers through it and grind it up between your fingers, it should be more like maybe like a teaspoon and a half. Okay, so that's nice and almost ground, and I'll add that to the pot. Okay, stir that up. Oh man, that smells good. All right, so I'm gonna turn the heat down a little bit more because I can see when I went to stir the oregano in, there was a little bit of resistance. And you don't want this to burn, so I turn the heat down lower, more like a low heat, and yeah, allow that to cook on low for 2 minutes, just so the seasonings can infuse into the butter before I add the liquid. Okay, I'll be back. All right, so I'm back to add the liquid to the butter sauce. It's been cooking for about 2 minutes. So here I have that seasoning, the the little pack of pho bouillon cube seasoning. That's what's in this water here. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the butter sauce, or the butter and the seasoning. And then I have my kettle here with some hot water. I'm gonna add some more water. I really don't measure the water. I just kind of pour, and this is hot water from my kettle. I just kind of pour water in and watch kind of like the level of where the butter was before I add the water. So it's almost half and half. Half water, or half liquid, half butter. Yeah. But I would say maybe put 1.5 cups of water if you need measurements. It was 1 stick of butter that I used. To about a cup, I would say about 1 cup to 1.5 cups of liquid. Alright, so I'm scraping the bottom for any little pieces that might be stuck. Because I did notice there was some a little bit of resistance when I was stirring the seasonings with the butter. Alright, so I got that stirred together. Now that that's stirred in, I have my lemon. I have a lemon. This is the size of the lemon that I cut in half, and I'm going to put the juice of 1 lemon. Try to get the seeds out first a little bit. So the juice of 1 lemon, and also I sometimes like to just drop the lemon inside of the sauce to make it give it like an extra tang. I'm in the way. Sorry. See. Yeah, I caught some seeds there. Yeah, so I may drop one of just a half a lemon into the sauce. I think I just missed a seed. It's all right. Okay, so the juice of 1 lemon. I'm gonna taste it first and see if it needs any more help, because it may be fine. All right. Okay, I'm gonna turn the heat. Hold on, I'm gonna turn it up. I see it's starting to bubble. Yeah. So I'm going to continue to leave the heat on. Actually, I may turn that just a little bit. It's super low. Put it on low. And I'm going to cover the pot with the lid and let it cook for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then I'll come back and taste it and see how salty it is, and the lemon. See if it needs any more lemon, and if so, then I'll just drop one of those half of the lemons in the pot. All right, so I'll be back in about 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, so I checked the sauce. I tasted the sauce to see how much lemon flavor was in the sauce and it needs more. It's not tangy enough, so I'm going to add another half of a lemon. It needs the actual juice, not just the whole lemon. So it needs a juice of half of a lemon. So I'm going to go ahead and squeeze the juice of half a lemon into the butter sauce. Get out as much juice as I can, and then just go ahead and drop this whole piece of lemon inside of the sauce and let it cook in the sauce. I have the heat on the lowest setting. I'm going to push that down just a little bit. But yeah, I have the heat on the lowest setting, and I'm going to cover it and let it cook down for about 10 minutes. I cook my butter sauce long. I want that sauce to be full of flavor. And then over here, I already started the water for the shrimp, the meat and the vegetables. I was going to say the meat and the vegetables. So in this pot, I have the lemon that I used for the juice for the butter sauce. I just dropped the whole lemon inside of or the squeezed lemon into the pot. There's 3 bay leaves, some adobo, some of this adobo seasoning with pepper, Badia. There's some Old Bay. I didn't measure, I just kind of eyeballed it. There's Old Bay. There's there's garlic powder and onion powder. A little bit of pepper. And yeah, that's it. It's really simple. It's a simple seasoning for the meat and vegetables. So I'm gonna let that come up to a boil, and yeah, I'm going to. Then I'll put 1 potato in. Let me get the potato ready, and I'll put that in and let the potato cook, and let that get started first. So now that the water has come up to a boil, I'm going to begin to add the meat and vegetables. I have here a potato. This is the size of the potato. This is for me. My daughter doesn't want potato in her boil, so I'm going to go ahead and add the potato first, since that will take the longest to cook. And I'll let that cook for, you know what? I'm going to add the sausage too, because the sausage will add flavor. The sausage will add flavor to the broth. I already cut that. I didn't cut the sausage on camera, but I have it cut up into like those sizes right there. So I'm going to go ahead and add the sausage. I'm adding a whole sausage, the sausage that I showed you all earlier. Okay, go ahead and add that. Yeah, let that cook with the potato. That adds some extra flavor. I removed the potatoes and sausage. Next, I'll remove the corn. It's been cooking for a while, so I'll remove the corn, and then I'll add the zucchini. And the zucchini will be done in no time. That cooks fast, but that's the corn. Corn out. And just to show you all, this is the sausage and potato that is done. Next I'll add the zucchini. This is all for me. I really wish I had broccoli. I love to have broccoli with like boils. When you dip that broccoli into the butter sauce, and even cooking it in this broth, it soaks up so much flavor. So much flavor. But yeah, cooking it in the broth and then you dip it into the butter sauce. Whew, that broccoli, so good. But no broccoli today. I have zucchini. I'm gonna cook this really quick, and I'll move on to the shrimp, and that'll be the last part of the boil for the broth. And yeah, it'll be time to eat. I do have some eggs boiling off to the side. Those you don't need to see how to boil eggs, but I did salt the water. I guess it does make it easier to peel the shell from the egg when you put salt into the water, but I'm boiling the water, I'm boiling the eggs for about 9 to 10 minutes. Okay, moving the zucchini. You can see like this pretty, you can see it's like pretty whole. Like it's not mushy. It's holding its structure. It's not falling apart. And I did cut the zucchini in big, larger chunks for that purpose, so it can be, have some bite to it. So when I dip it into the butter sauce, I don't want mush. And I feel like the older I got, the more I prefer my vegetables to be to have a crunch. And I know this is not a like what I eat in a day, or to like maintain my weight or to lose weight, or like a weight loss challenge video. But adding vegetables to like a boil, or doing like a whole like boil, like minus the potatoes, no starch, is good like a keto, or not even or a keto way of eating. Okay, so next, the water's still boiling, vegetables are done, sausages are out, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the shrimp to the pot, the boiling water. Shell on. Shell on shrimp. So add that. Turn the heat up so it can get boiling quicker. The shrimp may need only about 3 minutes or 3 to 4 minutes. Honestly, I even say 6 minutes. But someone say, "Oh, 6 minutes, that's too long. You know, oh, good shrimp." But you see how they're already turning pink, and I just put them in the water. I need this water to boil. I need the water to boil for my comfort. And also, like another hack that I learned: once the shrimp starts to turn into like a C, like that, that's not a C. I already saw one that was almost like a C shape, like that. It's done. But I just put it in the pot. So how is that done? I literally just put it into the pot. How is that cooked? It's already like a C shape. Nope. Went back in. Cooking longer. Yeah. Here's another one, or maybe the same one, but they say when it starts to curl, it's ready. I don't believe that, because sometimes when you, not all the time, but a lot of times, the shrimp is already starting to curl into that shape. So cook it. When I say frozen, maybe like 5. Frozen, 6 minutes, 7. Fresh, that's when like the 3-minute mark may come in. But this is not fresh. It's not raw. It's frozen. So this water needs to come to a boil for me. And then once it comes up to a boil, I start the timer. Shrimp is about to be done in about 3 seconds. That's the timer. It's been cooking for 4 minutes from frozen. So yeah, the boil's done. So I will take the shrimp out, and I'll come back when I've made my plate. Right in the sausage and egg boil. I would normally just have like the butter sauce in the bowl. Like I would have all this like drenched over the items here, but I think tonight I'm just going to kind of dunk the food into the butter. I may make this video and continue it and make it longer. This is not like the full day. I may continue the video. Yeah. Hi you guys, so I wanted to come on real quick. I'm in the middle of editing, and I want to let you all know that this video will not be extended into another video. This is the end of this video. It's a long one. I'm sorry that it's so long. But yeah, also looking at my this meal here, it's dry. It's not normally how I eat my my boils, my seafood boils, my boils. I normally would have the butter in the bowl and put all of my food, you know, whatever I'm eating, submerged into the butter. I don't know why I decided to do that night, but just looking at it, it does not look very appealing at all. But it was still good. It was still tasty, but not my norm how I eat my boils. Yeah, so I will insert a quick video. I had lunch today. Today is Sunday, October the 12th. I had some leftovers, so I actually did prepare the bowl or my lunch how I normally would eat my boils, with the you know, the bowl full of butter and the sauce and the goodness with all the vegetables and meat placed into the bowl. I had that for lunch today. It was delicious. It's gone. The butter sauce is gone. My daughter killed her shrimp. She actually ate all of the leftover eggs, so you can see there's no egg. Oh, well, you will see there will be no egg in the bowl coming up shortly. But yeah, this is what I had for lunch today, and it was good. Thank you for watching the video. It was a long one. So if you stuck around to the end, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Please like the video and subscribe, and come back for more recipes from scratch. And I also like to take prepared meals and elevate them and kind of doctor them up, jazz them up, and make them my own. So come back for more of those. And this is new channel. I'm trying to figure out what I would like to do, but come back and see what we do.